Turn everything on.
Everything working? Yep.
Testing. Can you guys hear us?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Moved
Oh,
over.
yeah.
Thank you, Drake. Hello, everyone, and welcome to your Nerd on the Street podcast. This is our Extra Life 2017 edition episode. So let's go down the line. Who all is here?
I'm Helen.
I'm Devin.
Drake.
Michael?
Jacob.
Brett.
Yeah, you got to look at that camera because you're only on that one. So, here in my pocket, we are, like I said, in the middle of our 26-hour Extra Life 2017 live stream. We're trying to raise money for the St. Louis Children's Hospital. This is the third year in a row we've done this. The reason I'm reintroducing us is because this podcast does go on iTunes, as I'm sure you all have heard me say before. So this is the medal that we won last year.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, silver medal we got last year. Now this year, if we pass 1,000, then we'll get the gold medal. I believe the silver was like, what was it, 500? Not sure. Right. Yeah, it sounds right. And then the 200 was the T-shirt, which I'm wearing. I've already got the T-shirt. Who wants to wear the medal for the podcast?
I can.
You weren't
Yeah,
here
that's right,
last
Drake.
year. You're the only person here who did not
That's right,
contribute
Drake.
to getting that. Go ahead and wear it.
Yeah, exactly. Wear that fine real estate there.
Drake was here for the OG 2015 stream, so.
Great time. And
Yeah.
I think I was hunting the last time, so.
Yeah, so, this podcast, I intended it to be talking about sort of the tech setup that we had behind the live stream. As you can tell, this is not Maryville, if you're watching right now.
I hope
which
not.
are, yeah, I hope
It's just
not.
a gravel behind us.
Yeah, so we had a last minute change of location. Long story short, me and Michael were down here yesterday trying to figure out what we were going to do for our tech setup.
About 9 o'clock at night?
Oh, yeah.
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 It was nice and late.
Yeah, it was to the point where you guys almost did it in my basement.
Right, well, we asked, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think so far this setup here, how do you guys think this building is working with the way we have it set up? Like, is it doing its job?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. I like the outside table. I thought about putting everything outside. Then it started raining when I was driving over here, so I thought that probably wasn't a great idea, but
Yeah, that was a good
it's
move.
working well so far. We'll have to get some lights out here later.
Got that right.
But yeah, tech. So what
For
were
real,
we
though.
doing differently this year, Michael, than last year for tech?
We got
when we were planning to do it at Maryville, what kind of changes were we making?
We have a lot better audio setup this year than we
Yeah,
did last
which we were
year.
borrowing from. So Faith Lutheran Church is the church that owns the hangar that we were streaming from last year, and they did not let us. We asked if we could stream there again, and they said they were full. So that was the first issue with this year's stream. But they did let us use their mobile traveling audio setup. So yeah, it's been working pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have all the correct types of microphones that we should theoretically have for this kind of
No,
streaming.
Everybody would be wearing one of those if we
Right.
could.
Me and you have
Yeah.
these individual microphones, which are great. But yeah, the audio setup is awesome. Michael's actually controlling levels right now on his iPad, which what this sound console does is it actually has a web server inside of it, and you just go to an IP address in your web browser. So he's just got it pulled up in Google Chrome on his laptop and in Google Chrome on his iPad. And
Didn't
I think
anyone tell you
lunch
not to
might be
text and
here. Yeah,
podcast?
Kirsten, go let mom in with the lunch. So yeah, we had that. What else? We got a new capture card this year. I've talked about. I made a whole video about that, so we don't need to cover it too much. But we had somebody donate $400 worth of Bitcoin to us so that I could buy that capture card. They were a rolling release viewer on YouTube. So yeah, we got that we're using to capture the Wii and GameCube. I like having the GameCube here.
It is a
Wow.
very nice change of pace.
Yeah.
Especially playing Kirby Air Ride. My
Yeah.
God. I haven't played that game since like I was like a toddler, so like
Yeah.
that was very
Now,
nice to see
Did
again.
you bring Double Dash?
I
Mario
did.
Kart? Awesome. So we will have Mario Kart later. We're going to
Got you
have
covered.
Mario Party for Wii later. We might kick that up to like 50 turns if we got extra time. Turn that to our time slot.
Man.
So yeah, that'll be fun. But yeah, I mean, what else are we doing? Obviously, we got our HDMI cameras here. We haven't been using them as much as we thought we might because we don't really have a stage. But We got sort of a block party thing going on here.
We got a parking lot. See, this is even bigger.
Yeah, this is
I mean,
all the
if you really
space
want
we need.
to, we can pull out a soccer ball and start playing.
Yeah,
That's true.
I
we've
have at
actually
least
got a
two.
soccer ball, right?
I have
we
at least
might,
2.
Well,
might
that's
do
awesome.
that later. Funny story. We actually, when we knew we weren't going to be streaming at Maryville, and then we were looking around this lot, we thought we were going to be able to get a warehouse here, like that one in the front. That's actually a proper building built with things that aren't movable. And then I said, yes, if we can get the warehouse, we'll take it. Because I'm like, warehouse equals space. We need space. And then my contact here got back to me and said, great, I got you the trailer. So if you'll direct your attention right behind us, way back there. Now, it's not either the ones with words on them, but it's the one up against the brick wall back there. That was where they wanted us to stream from today. However, first of all, the person who set me up here is an electrician, and he told me over the phone it has 2 circuits. And I didn't know what that meant. Is that a lot? And Michael informed me that it's like you're supposed.
Yeah, it's
normal
not much.
houses have like 20 circuits.
It depends on the house, yeah, but that trailer is literally plugged in with 2 extension cords coming out the bottom.
Yeah, no, the
it's kind
entire-
of sketchy.
The entire
Man,
thing is coming out.
We got
at
an
one-
extension cord
yeah.
plugged in that are set up out here.
Right. But yeah, in addition, the bigger problem was there's no internet there. So I don't know how they expected us to stream without internet, but
Which we looked into trying
we
to fix
actually,
yesterday.
me and Michael at about 7:30 p.m. last night drove to Micro Center, and we're looking at options for extending wireless or extending internet, either wired or wireless. It would have been a couple $100. So we said, let's just do it here because we knew we had access to this building. Yeah, I mean, that's really not. I thought we were gonna fill up a whole podcast talking about tech. We're not very good at this.
Well, the planning.
I
was
think
kinda,
I had a lot of stuff planned to talk about, and then yesterday,
Yeah, last night was not the best.
my mind got wiped. But yeah, audio setup's definitely a lot.
You can talk about how you've got the capture cards going with. You got the 2 computers with the.
Yeah, so last year we had a setup where we had all of our capture cards plugged into one computer, and then that computer plugged in with another capture card to another computer. So really we were shorting ourselves out of one capture card to connect the 2 computers, and that also added some delay. Now this year we weren't sure how many capture cards we were going to have, so what we did was we have Michael's computer inside running Windows, and it is connecting to the Windows-only capture cards and just displaying them on screen, and then we're actually streaming over a crossover cable using FFmpeg directly from his computer to my laptop, which is viewing that, and then it's a screen capture of the laptop's second screen, showing that as if it was a capture card on the stream. And this year I'm using my laptop for the broadcast instead of the desktop, which is out here, just because it's got more USB bandwidth, basically. So there's that. It works pretty well. The crossover cable does add a little bit of delay, but not much. I think it's more in the encoding than the actual network. But yeah.
So we're
So,
gonna
yeah.
unplug it all, and Devin's got to put it back.
Oh yeah,
Right.
give me that.
So yeah. Yeah, the last
Yeah, I know, right?
couple months of my
Might end
life
up
have
in
been
a
planning this
conversation.
stream. I think Michael's the same way. What have you guys been up to? Helen, I haven't seen you in a year.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Not much. I've been doing band.
Did you forget band?
No, I think I may have mentioned band.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I
I
heard
mean-
there was a new director this year.
Yeah, we have Dr. Sampson. I mean, we still have Dave, but is that Dr. Sampson's first name is also Dave.
I saw that in the emails.
So it's all Dave. But we have Dr. Sampson. He's implementing auditions again in some
Wind Symphony. I'm still subscribed to the email list.
I forget which band is which. I'm so used to noon and 4 o'clock band because
Yeah.
that's just what we call them.
Our high school had Wind Symphony as the upper one and Symphonic as the lower, so like it made sense to me when
My
he said
high
they were
school
gonna
had
do that.
4 concert bands.
Whoa.
Well, technically we had 3.
Look out.
4 concert
Yeah.
bands and still had a marching band
Dang.
and 2 jazz bands. That's high school for you.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, this year I'm actually in marching band, pep band, video game ensemble, 4 o'clock band, and brass choir. Because they
Wow.
needed more horns. They had 1 horn, and then the day I actually was able to show up, they had 5 horns, like counting me. So it's like, they had enough horns now. But yeah, the next concert's on the. Well, actually, our first concert this semester.
Hey, excited about the music?
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited because with Video Game Ensemble, we're playing a Breath of the Wild arrangement and a arrangement of Jump Up Superstar from Mario Odyssey or something like that. I don't really remember. I just know it's Jump Up Superstar.
Yeah.
And then we're also playing a lot of marches, which are not fun for French horns.
Nope.
Because it is a Sousa march.
Marches aren't fun in general.
I mean, if you're a main melody instrument, they're not as bad.
Michael, are you a main melody instrument?
No.
Bass
Does that
clarinet,
be why?
right?
Yes.
But if you're
I
a
haven't touched
tuba,
it in 2 years.
Yeah.
like if you're like tuba or low brass, you usually tend to be on the downbeats. If you're a horn, you're always on the upbeats, and that's about it. You can't really say we have much else.
Gotta say, I always like hearing like the Oompa Loompa sounds whenever they ask like just you guys to
Yeah.
play.
And then you get yelled at because you're not in time.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, unless if the horns don't know how to play upbeats, and then it's just all on time, and you're like,
Yeah, like sometimes
Right.
I'm like, what my main issue is like sometimes trying to remember which measure I'm in, because like half the time it's all on the same note as
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Also true.
It's just they should put one measure with like a repeat times 100 next to it.
Yeah, or just have like a more interesting part to break up every now and again.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's nice when we have, like, the moving notes, because, like, you then associate this tone with this moment in the melody or whatever, and it makes it easier to make sure you know where you're at, but when you are all on the same note, and then you have to repeat back to a different part with, like, pickups into the part, and you actually have something other than just upbeats,
Yeah. Marches are hard. Well, not hard, but
they can be a little
annoying. Yeah.
Yeah, you actually got to pay attention to what you're doing.
Right, for sure.
So you've
for sure.
been doing all kinds of band.
Yeah.
Devin, also haven't seen you in a year. How have you
Exactly.
been?
It's kind of how that works. So yeah, I've been doing all right. I've been taking a back seat with band for a while because I just became an active member of Sigma Pi fraternity up at University of Central Missouri, and I'm currently the alumni relations chairman. They just kind of pushed me into that like before I was even initiated. They're like, "Hey, you want to be the alumni chair?" I'm just like,
All right.
"Sure, I guess no one else will do it." But so yeah, no, I've been having a lot of fun with that. They've been keeping me pretty busy. I plan on auditioning for the jazz band though for spring semester because I just miss playing trombone, like it or not. At least just a tad. Maybe not enough to do marching band again, but just
Understandable.
definitely enough to do jazz. So yeah, I've been mainly busy with that. And for those of you who don't know, UCM's on the other side of the state pretty much. It's 3.5 hours from here. I can stretch it to 3 hours coming back. That's a different story. So yeah, I've been mainly caught up with doing that sort of thing, and also just doing a lot of trying to find some work up at campus. I'll be working a lot over the winter with UPS. Hopefully, yeah. But I'll be working with my dad delivering packages over the winter, so that'll be nice. But I actually have an interview scheduled this week for desk position in the library in the Honors College unit. So
I like working
hoping
the front desk.
exactly.
Being paid to sit there and do your homework or watch TV or whatever, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. And occasionally, like, talk to someone that
Yes.
needs, like, an appointment scheduled.
Yes.
It's like, okay, sure. Send
you
an email,
do-
done.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's so much.
But yeah, no, I like coming back for these visits. And I had a blast last year with the last live
Yeah,
stream.
we
so
were all really happy when you were there. We were all really sad when you left.
Tiger stripes.
pretty sure. But yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. And so yeah, I was looking forward to coming back and doing this for sure.
Yeah.
You just disappear for like 4 months at a time.
Yeah, pretty much. And I'm kind of like the Rip Van Winkle there when it comes to it's just like, hey, you guys still do this? Like,
Come home from school more often.
possibly, but hey, you want to pay for my gas?
No.
Fair enough.
All right. And Drake, I haven't seen you in like a year and a half.
Yep. Yep. So what I've been doing is just basically work, and then some school, and like banjo lessons every so often.
All right.
Yeah, I work at Dave Sinclair Ford. I'm a runner. So basically, what I do is I test drive cars. Like if you bring in a car saying like, "Oh, my AC will blow out hot air," I'll drive it for however long, see if it happens. If it doesn't happen, I turn it in and whatnot. But then I also will take cars to different dealerships. So if you bring in a Chevy, we don't have Chevy parts at the Ford dealership, so we'll take it to a different Chevy dealership. They'll work on it, and we'll pick it up later. But you know, it's pretty fun. Some days we'll get terrible cars, and then some days we get really nice Mustangs. So
All right.
it keeps me around.
I bet you test those out a little more thoroughly.
Oh yeah, no, I drove one for like 5 hours. It was great. Like we were supposed to turn it in. Like I could have turned it in after like an hour and a half, but I was like, no, I'm just gonna keep on going.
All right. And Yeah, Michael and I already know what we've been doing. Brett, how have you been? It's the year since I don't think I've talked to you all year.
Good.
Nothing to report, just fine.
Super busy with school. I'm like up to my neck in homework. I might actually do homework during the stream.
Yeah, you know it's bad
I should
when.
be probably also studying for
Should
my
live
test. that
Yeah, I
have
know.
on
I actually have
Monday.
homework too.
I also need to check to see if scheduling is still open. Because
Oh,
my
yeah.
scheduling is at 10 o'clock on Monday.
Oof.
Like, yeah.
I should probably be doing homework too. Oh well.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I've been
And-
avoiding it with Becky Met and Diffie Cube and all my other homeworks,
Sounds about right.
especially statistics.
See, I only have 2 gen eds right now, but so that's
Yeah.
not too bad. But
Then again, you are going to be in the workforce.
I'm so
like a
happy right
full
now.
year
I
before.
found out that my my advisor told me I don't have to take a second English course.
That's
Hey,
nice.
yes,
that's pretty dope.
Sorry.
Just got really excited. But
Yes,
yeah, I
'cause
get
I
you.
don't
That
have
is
to take
something
a
to be
second
excited
English
about.
course.
Oh yeah.
I used
Oh,
to
for
have
sure.
learning disabilities and everything and anything and everything related to English, written, reading, comprehension, all that fun
I
stuff.
feel you
Really?
with that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Yeah,
Got
it's
over it.
yeah, it's very nice whenever you can get gen eds credit like done and out of the way.
Yeah, well, it's just like with my major, some other class that I've already taken or will be taking, I don't really remember, has already covered that requirement. So I'm just like really happy about that. I don't like English. Well, it's not that I don't like English. I don't like English classes.
Ah,
Yeah. Can relate. That's it.
Uh,
Just school, homework.
School, homework. Oh, I have a job as a tutor at my school, and that pays for my room and board.
Oh, wow.
just a little bit of money there.
I'm applying for a co-op at Ameren,
Nice.
and I have an interview with the 15th, so see how that goes.
What's your major?
Electrical engineering.
Makes sense.
Yes.
My sister had some internships at Ameren because she's doing nuclear engineering, so she was at the Callaway power plant.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like nuclear power.
Yeah, I mean, like, the funny thing is that she told me to apply for them as well, because it's like they also hire civils, or I guess, well, I don't think they really hire architecturals, but I know they said they hire civils,
Makes
because I'm doing civil and architectural.
I remember I went to visit Brett at UMSL once, and I spent the night. And he treated me out to breakfast. I had a nice microwavable Philly cheesesteak from the cafeteria.
Nice.
It tasted like rubber. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
It was not good.
Havener finally has a Chick-fil-A.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. I always like the TJ Dining Hall. Like,
Yeah,
I actually look
never
forward to
had
eating
issues
there.
with TJ. I mean,
Yeah.
like, aside from the occasional burnt pizza crusts, but that's about it.
Does everyone rip on it there?
Yeah. I've never really had any major issues because it gives me more options than what I had at home.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Nothing wrong with my parents cooking or
Who's the
anything.
food provider there?
Chartwell's?
It's still Chartwell's.
Yeah.
When
All I
you
know-
switch.
All I know is that I'm sad because, like, now Rustic Range will not sell chicken strips anymore because of Chick-fil-A.
That was the only good thing that they were
Yes.
selling.
And the chicken nuggets that Chick-fil-A has is nothing compared to the
Yeah.
what they have at what they had at Rustic's.
But as soon as they move in, they're like, I'm
Also,
out.
they still don't have the good fries.
Hmm.
Not that there's anything wrong with their curly fries, they're just not usually great.
Our school's food's a little questionable.
I've never eaten at our school.
You haven't?
Never.
I don't blame you.
Well, I mean, I just.
Yet it's expensive for
Yeah.
what it is.
They also have an IHOP now at Rolla as well.
It's nice.
Tell me, what do you guys not have?
Krispy Kreme for sure. They don't-
Chili's,
Okay.
Target.
Target.
That's true. It's okay.
There is a Walmart.
Warrensburg doesn't have a Target either.
Yeah, we do have a Barnes & Noble. There's also a Lowe's and a Kohl's, I think, nearby. I'm not
Ooh, a
really
Kohl's.
sure.
If you got a
That's
Walmart, what
interesting.
else do you need?
It's the Walmart and Lowe's, really.
Well, I mean,
Between
truthfully,
those.
yes, that will have a lot of what we need. But there's not a lot of good bookstores.
Hmm.
I mean, there's still the Raleigh Book and Toys, but like one of the places they had downtown that was like had some of their older books and like would resell old books and stuff. That got closed and is being replaced with a mini golf course, I think.
Hey.
I don't really know for sure. I
Sounds
just
fun.
heard that's what I've heard by someone.
You just take
So-
it out, just slide all
Yeah.
the things up.
Not bad.
All right. Well, Kirsten, you're on the side camera. Your status hasn't changed since last year. She's still
Wow,
going to high
just
school. Now, like Drake, you're graduated, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
I equated like, oh, Drake and Kirsten aren't that far apart. They're both in high school when I'm not, and then it's
Yeah.
Making you feel old yet?
a little bit.
It's okay. I feel old too.
Yeah.
I still
All right.
sometimes I just remember one time someone asked me how old my age was, and I'm like, I don't remember. And so my sister's like, I asked my sister how old I was, and she's like, you were born in '97. It's 2017.
Do the math.
Well, anyone can like measure it out,
But
but
it's-
I
it
have
was-
that
it was
too, where
20.
like I won't remember the number right away.
Mm.
It'll take me a couple guesses
Yeah.
and work through the years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I was born in '97. It's 2017. It's an easy math.
That's an easy one. Yeah.
I've literally one time walked out of the bathroom and I forgot how to wash my hands for 5 seconds. I literally stared at a faucet. Remember how to wash my hands.
What is
Never
this
done that
alien
myself.
contraption?
Legitimately brain farted so bad.
Well, thank God you recovered from that.
Yes, I still remember how to wash my hands.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Is this when we
so
start doing rock, paper,
everyone's,
scissors?
huh?
Is this when we start doing
I don't
rock,
know if
paper,
that would
scissors?
make for good podcast
just do it.
content.
Yeah,
Right?
especially
By
for
the
the
mic?
people on iTunes.
Right. Listen to our rock paper scissors. But yeah, it sounds like everyone is doing school and work, and
Yeah.
that's what everyone's been doing.
Pretty common
so,
theme.
A lot of school.
Yeah, I worked over the summer at a call center that was a contracting thing for Verizon, and I
Really?
was helping to sell Verizon FiOS on the East Coast at the same time as I was also trying to keep people buying it from getting scammed by the people who were selling them and stuff. So that was an interesting job.
I worked at MBS over the summer. It's the textbook exchange. So I
Oh,
got,
yeah.
It's also does not just textbooks. So I actually found some good books that I can read over the summer. Well, fall school year, whatever. But it was a warehouse where they turned off the air conditioning from 3 to 7, and I started work at 3 and it went till 11. And the only break we have is we get a paid lunch, so it's like we literally only work 8 hours, which is nice. But at the same time, it's like you're not supposed to sit down. Basically, phones out, which I understand. We're at a warehouse. We're not supposed to be distracted, not distracted. And very big
Makes sense.
difference. And I'm not good with heights. And the way they have their library,
Yeah.
it's like the first floor is fine because it's solid floor. Second floor, it's okay because like they have great floors. Third floor sucks. I cannot do third floor.
What's bad about it?
It's you can literally look straight down 30 feet.
All right. Not
It's
bad.
only 30 feet.
Well, when you already can't, when you will be walking in Toomey, which is one of the buildings, and has glass walls on the side, but it has a solid floor that's solid, you don't see through it. When you can do that, and you will be walking past, and you will scare yourself when you just look to the side, and suddenly there's a giant drop off next to you. I think having the fact that you have to be on a rickety cart with the floor that's uneven and creaks and groans and has like unevenness, and you can feel the unevenness with the cart. It's not fun.
I always like taking my lunch break on near certain death.
I mean, in lunch break, we were able to go to the cafeteria and sit down,
Okay, that's nice.
which is nice to be able to sit down. Which is why I actually got new shoes for work with insoles in them, because my feet hurt after standing up for 7 hours straight.
Understandable. Yeah, we actually do this sort of like a fundraising thing with Sigma Pi. We go to KU games, and we're like the people that work the front stadium and checking bags and stuff like that. So that's a fair amount of standing. It's like around 7.5 to 8 hours of standing right
Yeah.
there. Well, the only thing is I get to be at a stadium while you're at a warehouse, sadly.
Yeah.
But
Helen might prefer the warehouse though, or library-ish
Yeah.
thing.
I can
I know I
hide
would.
every now and again and look at books, but we weren't supposed to do that. So.
oh well.
Which is kind of defeats the point with saying it on a podcast like this. But
Yeah.
whatever.
Right, and technically
I'm
not
sure
working
by
there
the
right
time
now, so-
anyone there sees this, the statute of limitations will have passed.
I'm sure.
for sure.
So yeah.
So during all the games so far, what was some of your guys' favorites? I know Kirsten, you just showed up, but
Kirsten's favorite was driving in the door.
hey,
With your friends earlier.
Did you?
That is a lot of
That
fun.
was fun to watch.
It was.
I'm glad. The reason I put that first was because it's a slower game. I'm not super into it myself, even though I do enjoy playing it every now and then. It's simple and like you can just say play this. There's no like rules that people have to worry about. I knew me and Micah would be scrambling. Like even if we were at the place we've been planning on for a couple months, I knew like that first hour is always shifty with getting everything connected up. So it's like throw a slower game in there. Last year it was Gary's mod. This year it was golf with your friends, and yeah.
You gotta post pictures of our cables somewhere.
Yeah, the cable situation in there
We'll
is.
just go through and have
Yeah.
a video.
Yeah.
We'll
tour
show
of
you
all
behind the
cables.
scenes.
We
It won't be
should.
pretty.
Yeah, Kirsten, you might have to record some behind the scenes later.
Basically,
sure.
it's all the
So-
cables. That's how many we're using. All of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So golf with
Personally,
your friends was a highlight. Any other highlights?
well, personally, in that, I'd like to give a shout out to Brett here with his amazing basketball golf skills.
That was
when
pretty
playing
good.
dunk, like not gonna lie.
That was really good.
Just saying, there were quite a few long shots there that I definitely think you weren't gonna make. So
Speedrunners was okay once
Yeah,
we
you know-
started learning
It was
to
okay.
remember the.
yeah, it's true.
It's just the whole fact that Z was jump, and I'm so used to like with games on computers that
Yeah,
spacebar
it's always
is jump.
space.
so I was in that, but was spacebar anything in that game, or was it?
Spacebar was your boost, which you never used.
That's right. I never did use that. I was just
you-
like, screw that. I'm just gonna get mixed up.
That it was like for your like the special ability thing that you could pick up or whatever. That was the C button.
Yeah, sure, fair enough. I don't play a lot of speedrunners, and I knew I'd be messed up with the spacebar thing too, so
Yeah.
I was just focusing on the keyboards there.
Yeah, wall jumps are deadly.
Oh yeah, the wall jumps, man. Then that one course just has like 3 of them you do at a time.
Yeah.
Oh boy. But yeah,
Once
no,
I
that
actually
was pretty
started
fun.
remembering that I can use the grapple hook. I
Yeah.
got
Oh my
better
God.
With the wall
Every
jumps.
single time,
And
single time I
then-
round a
and
corner, I'm like,
then-
I'm gonna make it, and then it just pulls me right back.
Nope.
I'm just like,
Yes.
all right.
There's an achievement if you were to pull me back after I grappled you, as well. Because there's one for that on Xbox, so I'm assuming there's one for Steam.
Probably.
Yeah.
Did you end up using that controller I brought up?
We tried. It didn't move anything.
Oh, all right. Didn't work.
So it was worth a shot.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my favorite was probably Kirby Air Ride, just because
Yeah.
I haven't played it in so long, and
That
none
was
of
one
us
of my
really
favorite
knew.
games.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
would just sit there and play it like the city trial on single player for hours.
True, and I mean, like, none of us really knew how to like
Yeah.
how to really jump into it. Even you, Jacob.
Yeah, I
like,
forgot
we were just
now.
kind of like, what the heck do we do here? Like,
Yeah.
is this a battle? Is this a race? Like, what's going on? But yeah, shout out to me and Drake trying to do the platform
Oh,
at the
yeah,
very
there's
top.
Nothing on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It was like one of the harder platformers that I've played in a while for sure. And at the end, you just look at the nice view, I guess. So that was fun.
You just have the self accomplishment.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't have that though. I never made it to the top.
But you're the one wearing the medal.
Yeah, you've got the
Yeah.
self-accomplishment
Hey,
of
it's a
raising
partici-
$675
Yes.
last year.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a participation medal, Drake.
Except, yeah.
For sure. But yeah, no, that was definitely my favorite. That aside from Melee. Always love some good Smash.
Well, we had to team up against you.
Yeah,
We
that's
didn't have a
true.
chance.
And yet even then we barely even
There was one game
Yeah.
you still ended up winning.
Yeah, that's so always play at Hyrule Temple and always go to the bottom level.
telling you, put me on Brawl, I got this.
Is that a challenge?
I thought about doing Brawl, but I figured the GameCube would be more nostalgic for people. I didn't
Yeah.
know if you guys preferred
Definitely
one over
for
the
sure.
other.
Yeah, I mean, if
I
that
like-
was the case,
I
I
like
would
to
have.
play Pit and Brawl, so
One of those guys, huh?
yeah.
Man, hi-ya, side B,
Or I can like shoot arrows all the way across the map and it's great.
for sure.
But then you can't knock me off because I can just fly all the way up. It's fantastic.
Yeah, isn't Pit banned from competition?
I feel like he is.
I want to say yeah. I want to say he
It's
is.
so hard to kill him.
Just saying.
So then we have to have a battle with everyone as Pit.
Yeah, it's
See
true.
how
That's,
long that
that's
goes
the real.
for.
Yeah, it's the real master revealed there.
I like the walls in Minecraft.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I like the building up to kill other people. That was fun.
Yeah,
The survival
we did pretty
mode there.
good.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna.
You guys didn't get to like the death round in survival games at all, did you?
I did.
You did? Okay.
And then the guy who killed me was cheating. So that was fun.
Hacks.
Some
Yeah,
god
like,
mode.
like he would hit me and then I just get knocked away. Like he was able to throw his fishing rod at me so fast to where it just knocks me away like super far, and he just comes and hits. He just keeps on doing that. I couldn't do a single thing. I hit him with like 2 arrows, but it was dumb.
Yeah, I'm gonna just apologize here for Brett for having me on his team. There, I'm quite a
It
noob
also
at
didn't
Minecraft,
help
so.
You were trying to build a trap when the two of us were literally just going for armor and weapons.
Yeah, it's true.
Right.
Brett whispers to me during the chat. He's like, "I'm gonna build a trap," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay." Like,
Yeah.
do you wanna like say anything more? Like, where is it gonna be? What is it gonna be? Like,
I know.
Why
I was
do you
gonna
have a
say-
crafting table? I mean, not a crafting table, enchantment table.
We what?
You had an enchantment table.
Yeah, but we didn't have any experience.
kind of hard to generate in 25 minutes of gameplay, huh?
I mean, I had at least 8 levels.
Yeah, I had something. Because
Yeah,
like just
probably gonna
mining.
be something.
You know, it was just really funny because whenever we went to attack you, I just saw you in just like boots and pants.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, this is
Decked
easy.
out in full iron armor.
I have very
Yeah.
much iron.
That's right. I was only able to find some by the end.
Are you sure you were looking like the best way? The most
Yeah.
efficient way?
I want to say. I mean,
Yeah,
then again, I am a
You know how
noob,
to strip
so
mine, right?
yeah.
Alright.
So I'm pretty sure I was doing that,
Uh,
but who knows?
was he? I wasn't paying attention too much, but I don't know if you were.
In my own mind, I was. So take it with a grain of
What-
salt.
What is your
Yeah.
line?
That's
Do you
okay.
just dig straight? in a
No, I
path?
did like a spiral staircase thing with like a giant sort of like wide girth range there.
That would explain it.
That would
Yeah,
explain
not
it.
strip
Yeah.
I'm
mining.
supposed to just
Yeah, you
straight,
just-
just
you
go
just
straight
It's
forward.
You do.
Interesting.
It's literally like you do like 3, like it's like 3 highs, like the like usually the
I
max
just
height
do
for like the
two,
stairs.
and I just
Well, I mean like
oh for
because of the
stairs,
stairs.
yeah.
When you're doing like a straight, like when you're doing a shaft for like the strip mining, you literally just do a 2 height thing and just go put things in, and then if you reach like the end, you can go over 2 blocks
Mhm.
and then start doing it the other way.
Fair enough then.
Yeah,
You
strip
gotta-
mining is
I
very
use the
efficient.
thinker on those.
All I know is I found lava.
Yeah, I found that too. And just
hard
covered it
way?
Up and went underneath it. No.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
No,
Usually
I mean,
people
I
find
found
lava the hard way.
and then I saw it starting to like I was digging and it was above me.
Yeah,
So-
that's
That's when I found it, and I started trying to run away from it, and then the walls came down, so I left the mine. It took me a little bit because I also was not doing the most efficient strip mining either because it
Hmm.
wasn't really strip mining; it was just me going in a path. But yeah,
I really haven't had a lot of time to play Minecraft in like recently. We did have someone ask in the chat just a couple minutes ago if there is going to be a displaced update. That was something that I had put out in the announcement video that we were going to have. Well, I said we were going to have a teaser trailer in the announcement video. So here's the thing with that. This is the 3rd year in a row that we're bailing on the displaced update. First year was because the files were on the wrong partition. What was the problem last year with the displaced update?
I don't
This-
remember.
You got me.
You two would be the ones who would remember if anyone remembered.
there's something wrong.
Something or other
Yes.
was. Oh, I think like that was after the karaoke, so I just decided we're not gonna do any more slow
Karaoke
stuff.
monster.
Yeah, we tried.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
this.
we have one next time, like I actually have an actual karaoke machine in my house.
Yeah, I don't know if we ever want to try that again, but
Songs that people might know a little better.
right. This year, the problem with the displaced teaser trailer is I do have it done, technically. However, I've got it finished in the animation program. Now, unlike Minecraft, where you can just record the screen when the characters are there, in animation programs, you actually have to render. You make the stuff with like preview materials and everything, and then you render it out to get the actual video. Rendering takes a lot longer than I thought it would. I started like Wednesday night. When did I start talking to you about it?
Oh, it was Monday.
It wasn't Monday.
I feel like it was at least Monday. Monday or Tuesday.
Well, I was working on the trailer Monday or Tuesday. I don't want to say don't want to overblow it here, because I did wait until this week to finish that
I think
video.
you told me Monday.
But-
I think Tuesday night or Wednesday. is
I
when you
think I started
rendering.
rendering on like Wednesday. It was like a third of the way done this morning. So I'm gonna have to figure out what's
And
going
what's
on
your
with that.
What's your computer spec?
My computer specs are really good. So I think the problem is that I didn't really optimize anything, and I'll have to look into how to do that. But yeah, so there will be, I'll finish rendering it and I'll put it up. There is a teaser trailer for Displaced that exists, but I don't have it here because it's not rendered. I would show you the Blender file, but the closest computer is like 6 feet away. And then the actual computer that the stuff is on is in the building. So
And we don't really want to touch that one right
we
now
don't
either.
want to be opening up Blender when we're in the middle of a stream. But yeah, that's what's going on with Displaced. Yeah, it's in production now because I'm actually animating real shots now. So yeah, next year we might have like an episode done, maybe. Yeah. Brett, are you gonna continue your voice acting if we do for Displaced Season 3?
If I get a script, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody else here. Drake like helped with animation once, season 1, right?
I think I was recording. It was fun. Or not recording, but I was like one of the actor. I think I was Grayson's character.
Yeah, Joel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. And I am a little concerned about Displaced Season 3 because the whole thing with Displaced in the first place is a Stargate fanfiction, and I was like, well, they discontinued Stargate, so we don't have a problem. And then this year, MGM announced that they're going to have a new Stargate series coming out in a few months, so that might not actually be as copyright safe. Not really, I don't know what fanfiction law is, but it exists. But yeah, I'll have to look into that.
But what if they completely copied Displaced?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean,
think about that one.
that would be excellent. Yeah, see,
Please do that.
just see them running away from like bears and stuff outside a random facility.
Spiders?
Yeah, we had an actual bear. Did we ever show a spider on screen in Displaced?
And in the first season...
We showed zombies.
Oh, maybe it was zombies. I thought it was spiders.
Yeah, it was zombie. I don't think we ever showed a skeleton. We just showed an arrow shooting in.
Right.
Yeah.
The nuclear bomb. All those explosions.
Right. Yeah, that was a good shot.
Those were the rendering.
Yeah.
The loading.
Bet that was a chore.
Yeah, so there's your Displaced update, person who asked about it in chat. And what else is going on? I can't believe, me and Adam did a podcast. We did the Friday Night Hangout, which was like, we published it under the Nerd of the Street podcast on iTunes, but we sat down for like an hour and a half every week for like a year and a half. And like pretty consistently filled up the hour and a half with us talking about our weeks. And now we have like 7 people here. And we can't fill up. Well, what time is it?
402.
Oh, so we've been going for like an hour?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
I think lunch is actually here. I don't know what's going on with... Kirsten, you want to...
It's over there.
Where? Why is it over there?
Mom didn't want to be on camera.
Okay, go grab that. And, I mean, yeah? I mean, well, how far away is it?
Not that far, I don't think. Oh, it's right there.
What? All right, Michael's informing me that there are less than 50% chances of rain, 50% or less chances of rain for
So,
tonight.
Soccer.
Huh?
Yeah,
So
rain
soccer.
soccer.
So,
Right, we can do rain soccer after our computer shorts out.
hey.
No, somebody on that table move the keyboard out of the way. Yeah. I like the leftover Halloween candy on top.
It's for the pizza.
All right.
right.
You can unhook that.
Oh, I know how many
Well,
times.
yeah.
If you are.
Let's go down the line. Kirsten, you can go first. We'll go. Go ahead.
Okay, good.
You know what kind it is?
There's a lot of different kinds.
Let's try and separate. I know there's not a lot of space. Move that keyboard.
Just
Yeah.
bring me the whole box. Oh,
Yeah, how many
Like,
Boxes.
yeah, so just
Did
two
it for
people.
five-
Almost enough for everyone. Yeah, or just about enough for everyone.
Try and separate.
Who wants to split a box with someone else?
you don't need to eat.
We got plate. We'll go one at a time and get food. But this was
I'm eating too much sugar for nothing else.
last year. We had lunch planned for like 30 minutes, and it ended up turning into basically a podcast. So I thought this year we would combine the podcast and lunch.
Oh, that's nice.
Because we were,
into the mic, Brett.
and then he doesn't project his voice. He brings the whisper down lower to compensate for the improved microphone situation. Brett,
loud
there
and
was
clear, man.
there was a clip I took of you from last year during our stream. Well, you're not gonna really care. I don't think so. No, because you what was on Twitter?
It was like...
You dancing
Oh.
before?
No.
Oh.
It was seriously just me just quietly just playing on the computer.
Oh, that was 2015.
Oh.
That was
from
the
last
CS:GO
year's?
segment. Yeah,
Yeah.
from last year's.
You took a.
There was a point where you and Drake, or you and somebody, were sitting at your computer, and
I don't know what you captioned it.
well, I didn't.
You made, like-
I don't post it. I didn't get around to posting
You made
it.
like a vine on Twitter of me.
2015, I did.
That was
That was the watch this, and it's basically the CS:GO segment because you and Drake didn't talk at all, at all.
We were too concentrated.
Yeah.
If there was game audio, you would have understood.
Yeah, because our teammates were talking the whole time.
Yeah, and there was audio in the game.
Well, yeah. Last year, though, there was a point where you said, I don't know, and this was in the middle of like a thing that I was having to go in editing, and like every single sentence you said, I would have to boost the audio for that and then bring it back down. And like,
Oh, that sounds horrible.
at one point, you said, I don't know how this mic's supposed to be picking us up. And like, you
blow
said
that
it
one
so quietly. It's like, I wonder why it's not picking you up because you're whispering.
Well, and it was far-ish.
Far-ish.
I don't
Yeah,
remember
it was
where
like
it was.
that was a Yeti on your table. Or at worst, it was like the arm one connected to your table. I
No,
think.
wait. Was that last year you're talking about?
Yeah.
No, theirs never worked, remember? So
Oh.
I took like a vocal mic and just kind of stuck
Right.
it there and just cranked it up really loud.
And so this year we had several things to prevent that. Number one, we weren't using this computer anymore. Number two, we were plugging the Yetis into your sound console with 3.5 mil. Funny thing is, we're still not using the Yetis this year.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, because Devin just was too deep.
They were really
Yeah,
demonic.
Yeah, I was sounding
Yeah.
like a spawn of Satan at
I
that
don't
point.
think
We're not sh-
I don't think it was the
Yetis.
Yeti. We had another problem with the sound interface that we were using. But Brett, you want to get food so I can get food after you?
We see the priorities.
That's how this
We're-
works.
Yeah, it sucks that you guys are at the end.
You know.
Whatever.
Hey, yeah, we'll just own it over here.
Eating, like,
I've tossed my
12
priorities in my
hours.
backpack.
All right, so you're loaded anyway.
No, not a lot of them, but I do have some.
So, Brett, just so you know, the way the microphone picks you up is you talk into it.
Yeah. So if you're ever not sure how it's supposed to pick you up, just talk louder.
Just protect your voice. Join marching band. Learn how to cheer.
He was in marching
Yeah,
band.
you section leader for trumpets.
Was he?
What?
Yeah, I don't remember him giving a lot of
Hang
commands.
on, he was a trumpet?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a trumpet.
I was
It's
a bar-
like, this doesn't compute.
yeah, I was a baritone.
Trombone.
Yeah. And then French horn, bass clarinet, and was percussion. Yeah.
Keyboard,
Percussion's
synth 2, right?
Hold on, wait.
Two.
All right, you're good.
I quit.
Kirsten was not happy with.
Well, if I was in the pit, I probably wouldn't be happy either.
Well, it has a lot of music they have to memorize very quickly.
Yep, that is true.
Especially with our shows. Like last year, they had 1 week. This year, they had 1 week basically to learn an entire show, and they can't use music because they don't have stands. They don't have
Yeah.
anything that they can use to hold music down and then flip it because like they also have a lot of music. They are moving around to like 50 different instruments, and like each different section has their own not problems, but ups and downs. Like guards don't have to.
Straight up problems.
Guards can breathe when they want and are able to, like, they don't have to memorize music, but they have to either A, come up with their own drill, like choreography and flag twirly stuff, things, and then have to run it, basically jazz run
Teamwork.
across the field all the time.
you
And then,
mean?
like, Pit obviously has to
You want to
memorize
grab mine?
music,
I really
and
don't want to untangle myself from all of
What do you
this
want?
sausage.
it's usually a lot harder than, like, normal
2.
music. But then marching band, like the wind instruments have like all like well, depending on which if we're talking high school or college and which college, you either have to memorize your music or you don't, or and you also have to play and do all the visuals and try not to run over anyone or get ran over by a saxophone, well tenor sax. And because in this upcoming show we have we're doing like this circle thing and I have to go basically from the 35 to the 40 and 36. Well, it's actually a lot. It feels a lot larger. Maybe it was closer to the 25 to the 40, and then running around playing "Thanks for the Memories." Because we're doing a pop punk show, which has
okay.
Centuries, When September Ends, Uprising,
When
and Thanks for the Memories.
Wow. When September ends, that brings a lot of memories back from freshman year.
Just grab whatever. As long as it's got no
We are
vegetables on it, I
using,
don't
like,
care.
Some arrangement from concert band.
That's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Freshman year of our high school, we actually stopped at an American Idiot concert on our way out of Indianapolis.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, and it was fun because the thing was is that it wasn't scheduled for the trip. Brakefield, I think,
it wasn't?
Yeah,
No, it was. No, it was
It was
scheduled.
on the
Oh,
itinerary.
okay. Fair enough. Well,
what
then-
was funny about that is how mad a bunch of people were.
Well, yeah, exactly.
afterwards.
Because I think Brakefield didn't really know like the rating or something like
was
that. He was
American
just like,
Idiot.
oh yeah, it was American Idiot.
Yeah.
So he's just like, all right, sure. And then we take them all there, and all the parents are just shaking their heads like the entire time. We're
Yeah.
just laughing.
That
What was
was-
funny about that is what I heard afterwards is apparently like they were laughing really hard the entire time, and that made
Oh man.
I want to give a shout out. We've got the pineapple jalapeno pizza. This is like me and Kirsten's pizza that we get together. But I was the first one to take any.
you can't eat that. It's got nasty stuff on it.
Yeah, I don't like jalapenos, but I really like pineapple.
Yeah.
I
like
take off.
it's worth the spice.
Kirsten's gotten like less resistant to peppers over time.
I can't eat spicy stuff. I just have to take them off. But then
Devin,
I feel like
You should grab me
lately
something
they've
to drink.
gotten more spicy.
Well, I mean, like the more you go away from spices, the more likely you are to like be more reactive to them.
Red.
If that makes sense.
I don't eat spicy food at all.
Yeah, I don't.
The closest I get to spicy is mild from Buffalo Wild Wings. Is like the mild sauce on like one of their burger things. So
Went there a few weeks ago. My friend was trying to get me to eat blazing wings, and I'm like, I will
Duh.
literally die.
Oh, yeah.
One
I
of my
will
friends did
literally
that.
die.
one of my friends did that in my
you.
room in college, my freshman year. Like they went and got B-dubs, and they came back, and they were eating in my room, and literally they drank through like water bottles like that big by about that diameter size, and drank through about 3 or 4 of those
That's
The guy-
after one wing.
The guy I was with, he got down 3, and he's like, I'm done. This
Yeah,
is
like no, my friend like literally had to stop, and like was like, I'm not gonna be able to finish eating the rest of these.
You remember? I know you remember Jason Boyd. Do you?
Yeah,
Um,
I did his website for.
That's
year,
right, I
until
forgot
he
about-
canceled this
I can
month.
forget a Jason Boyd.
so we were there, and he ate the entire order in 30 seconds, and then he started crying, like tearing up. It was like so painful. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, I remember actually, we were at a B-Dubs before one of our, I think it was Monday night practice that year, and I tried a blazing wing right before I went to rehearsal. So that was pretty fun, but I actually think I played better for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's because my lips were numb that they didn't like tire out, so like my embouchure was pretty nice. I don't know, but
Well, your
Yeah,
Would
instrument
that be
was
was
a fun
considered
time.
like performance enhancing?
yeah, I know, right? Like, is that illegal?
Eat a bunch
They're
of
gonna- they're
spices
gonna-
right before competition.
Yeah, they're gonna put that in the marching band like regulations there.
So what
What's
were your
that?
guys' like favorite high school marching shows?
Oh, well, it's got to be the one with "Bring Me to Life."
Oh, to be fair though, I think I like Scheherazad's music better.
That was my favorite music-wise.
True, because it's a funny thing for my World Masterpieces class this year for my literature credit. I'm actually reading like I read 1001 Nights, which has the story of Scheherazade there. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, the drill for that show was something to be desired.
It was
Like-
I
stupid.
didn't think it was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
If
just
you
random.
if you look back at the clips,
know-
there's a lot of just moving back and forth on like the same between the same yard
well,
lines.
that's,
Like
that's kind of every show.
yeah, but
to
I
an
mean, at
extent,
least like
but
I'll end up on the other side of the field at least in
Yeah.
every other show though.
my thing about Scheherazade was they actually changed the order of the movements. Where like if you listen to the actual thing, the thing we did third is supposed to be first, and the thing we did first is supposed to be like later. So that I had more of a problem with the order of the things than I did with the marching. I thought the marching was just a marching band show. But
Did you hear about the Incredibles show we did this year?
I did not hear about it.
We did an Incredibles show.
Something else?
No, we called it The Incredibles.
All right.
We like made the eye for the Incredibles. We made we tried to make the robot. I'm not sure if we actually did, but we tried. And we also did like this year. We also did Scott Pilgrim versus the World,
Yeah, I heard about that.
and we spelled the word game over. Well, we spelled
That's
the
pretty
word-
cool.
Yeah, and it was fun, and yeah.
That must have been fun getting the trumpets to do that opening hit for the right after like say "Dunner, dun, dunner, meow," like the big fall there. I can't imagine trying to have like a whole trumpet section do that at once.
Yeah, like we had a couple different solos for like the trumpets, obviously, because it is a very jazzy piece.
Oh yeah.
There was like a solo for like the trumpet a couple times, I think almost or very close to once each movement. And then there was a solo thing for the horns, which was surprising. And I can't remember. There were a couple other ones. There was a sax solo where like literally Jimmy was standing in the center of the field, basically. Like we were all surrounding him. We go out away from him. And the first time we were doing that, like when we were learning the drill, he was very confused because he wasn't there the entire time when we were first learning the drill. So we were probably putting it to music or something like that. And he's standing there in the middle. And he's like, oh my god, everyone's going away from me.
Solo time.
The show for Oakville this year was pretty neat. It was called Up and Away. And
Yeah, I didn't see what all the hype was about personally. But
I liked how they lifted people up. And like they would carry them like planes. That
had
was
some
new.
neat visuals.
Yeah. And then and then Color Guard had new instructors. So they were just a lot better.
New instructors that weren't teachers at the school.
Yeah, because Miss Peters left. Like, they had, like, a guy who's, like, in DCI.
Oh, did you hear Leo did DCI this year?
I did hear that.
Yeah.
That was very neat. So what other than marching band is there to talk about?
Holy crap.
I mean, yeah, everyone here did it.
I mean, I'm doing different.
Hello.
And it's not
We
as
have
bad as I
received-
thought it was going to be.
At least one donation. Go to the donations area. It's above that. Have you been on our website before?
No. I'm just kidding.
See, I've stopped everyone from talking because I said there was a donation. Now you need to click.
Okay, I'm doing Diffie-Q. It's not as bad as I thought it would be.
$100
Alright.
anonymous.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
$100 donation from Anonymous. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Thank you,
Yes, thanks a lot.
That's amazing.
That's a lot.
Yet again.
Yeah, they're all anonymous. That's the trick. Yep. What's that percentage was then?
I think it was, like, 13 last time I checked.
Yeah, it was 13 before. It's going to be higher now.
Yeah, like,
I hope so.
So that's great. Awesome.
9%.
27.
Cool.
Nice.
Awesome.
And we're a little less. What time is it?
The 417.
So we're less than a third of the way into our stream, right? I'm just trying to see if we're on track to possibly meet our goal.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I was going to say.
Diffie-Q.
I don't even know what
I got my first test score in that class was like a B, which considering the rest of my math classes, I passed with a C at S&T. It's
Which
that
probably
was
calculates
really-
to like an A for the rest of the state.
Right.
Or something like
I
that.
mean,
Like,
it is a lot harder. I wouldn't say like everywhere else is easier, but I will say that the math department can be very annoying. But that's whole different reasons, and I don't really feel like going into them.
Fair enough. That was differences of equations, right?
And policies,
In policies, gotcha.
and how they reschedule
That's what I thought it was.
tests.
I have no idea what you're talking
So
about.
jazz band at Oakville? Guess how many
Yeah.
people are in the class right now?
How many?
1.
Is that you?
No, I graduated.
I was gonna say you're gonna come back and just be like, hey, I just want to be in jazz band, all right?
Lily Wozniak is the only person in jazz band, and she's dropping it next semester.
Well, man, I would keep that. It's
I
an
would-
independent study.
What?
Why is,
I don't know why the class is still going on, but she's just you signed up for it.
That's
Imagine
funny.
how boring that would be. Just an hour and a half by yourself and the band directors, and like they.
No,
normally
that'd be pretty cool.
yeah, I mean, it would be
Like-
fun some days because like sometimes they'll come out of their office and like talk with us. Half the time they're just in their office like doing music stuff.
Well,
It's
nobody
like-
took that class because it was like.
Yeah, they started making us play.
Yeah, the 1 year I took it, they made us play music.
I heard, Jason Boyd told me some
Hang on,
stories.
band class makes you play music?
Yeah, it's just
Jazz
a new thing to
band,
do
no, we have-
nowadays.
It was horrible.
We have jazz band and we literally just don't do anything.
Well, see,
Now,
the
we
thing
have-
is,
Very different from my
We
high
have
school.
other
Yeah, I mean, the
jazz
thing-
bands that do stuff.
Yeah,
this
like
is
they
just a jazz
pull
band
out of the class.
That's
like
right.
this wasn't our real jazz band.
I heard you guys like cooked food and like all sorts of
Oh
stuff.
yeah, no.
oh yeah, we brought in.
We had end of
Friggin-
semester parties.
Oh yeah,
Hey, Jacob.
heck, I'm pretty
My
sure
mom
Dim was in like
texted me
KFC.
saying that, that the 100
We brought
was
KFC
from
in
Chris.
once.
Yeah, because Brett worked there.
Chris, who?
Her.
Who?
My mom,
Okay.
I believe.
You want to announce that?
Sure. The $100 that was supposedly
Anonymous.
What? Anonym.
Say it nice and
Anonymous.
loud toward the
I
microphone.
can't even say anonymous anymore. Anonymous comes from my mother.
Hey.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
So the next donation, I will be giving away this medal to.
Oh,
Oh, everybody starts donating.
Jake, we don't know if we're
It's
gonna
like
get
50
another
donations.
one of those this year. All right.
Oh boy.
Yeah. How hard is it to make your name viewable on the website? Like, does anyone know?
I don't know.
You got me.
We have a surprising number of people like accidentally do anonymous.
Well,
But
don't they have the option of putting in a message or something?
yeah, this one had no message. But you can also have your name shown or not. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was kind of mixed on whether or not we were going to reach our goal this year. Like last year, I absolutely did not think we were going to reach the 230, and then we did,
And surpassed by a lot.
which is a problem this year because now we
Set the standards high.
right.
And then we're in like a worse place. You know,
Yes.
Underdogs.
We
I
are
guess.
in a worser place. Right. Embrace that underdog mentality. That's
At least this place doesn't have wheels on it like the other one.
right. This is better than what could have been. Because we actually thought about putting it back there if we could get networking.
I think the one thing that I don't like about this though is how like we are in separate rooms.
Yeah,
then
well,
we
have
you're
to
supposed
use
to wear
the-
your
Yeah.
headphones. No, that was something we were going to do. That was not something we did for this. That was going to be in the
Okay.
hangar too.
Yeah.
Because we had Stephanie on one side of the room, Stephanie and Helen on one side, and then all the way across the room would be you and Brett, and you'd be having separate conversations. It sounded like crap when I was editing it. So that is why we made that decision way when we thought we were getting the hangar
Okay.
to have everyone mandatory wearing headphones.
Yeah, because it's still like really loud. I don't know like what that is.
Can
though.
you? Every headphone is individually volumeable.
They're,
right?
they're it's 4 channels, so there's 2 tied together.
All right. Well,
So yours
who
is
else
too loud?
thinks that it's
Like-
too loud?
Yeah, like me and Devin's.
Oh,
Alright,
yeah.
So like put them on the same channel, turn it
Yeah,
down.
I'll turn it down.
Okay.
Sounds good.
And
I
then
mean, mine's also on my headset has its own volume control, so it's also on
Oh,
the
can you-
lowest setting right now.
I'll turn it down overall a little bit when we get back up there.
yeah, then she's super quiet for some reason still.
I am just a quiet person.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
Brett.
turned.
Same.
Well, Brett was super quiet for a while because we didn't have a mic on him, but
So this means he obviously needs one of the portable mics.
right.
Yeah, he has one now. He has one.
No,
Alright.
not right now.
I'm going to tape that
Like-
to your face. You don't start talking louder.
Are you listening to the
Yes.
input?
She is louder than you.
Of course it is.
Yeah, but the mic is like...
Hi. Are you trying to ASMR?
Welcome back to Meals with Brett.
BS with Brett.
The
Meals with Brett.
Oh,
Meals
Brett.
with Brett.
Yeah.
Throwback.
For an entire summer, we'd play we played Minecraft in your server back when we had like our underwater base. I forgot, like that was like 3 years ago.
That was the best server ever.
Yeah, no, that was we just revamped this entire dungeon that we found.
Wait, whose server was it?
It was yours.
There's
Which
a
version was that?
I don't remember.
One with what's the one where you can go into space?
Oh, Galactic. Yeah.
Yeah, where we had
Galacticraft.
yeah, everything was just automated. Like we had an underground base where you couldn't even be in it because it was just too glitchy. Because
couldn't
everything
even
was
be
so
in it.
automated, and just sent everything
Yeah.
back to our
Oh, the
space
lag was just
station.
too bad.
You were
Yeah.
teleporting everything to outer space.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Mhm.
But yeah, so me and Brett would play it like every day for like the entire summer, and then you just welcome back to Breakfast with Brett.
Come back to Breakfast with Brett.
Yeah, and like
Today we are enjoying a hot pocket, ham and cheese, special dish, lean pocket. So let's dig in. About 5 minutes, shall we? Because this is boiling hot, scalding hot. It'll destroy the inside of my mouth hot.
so it was like
It sounds like one of those morning radio shows you hear, like as you're driving back, like on vacation.
Yeah, I always do meals with Brett.
Yeah, I find it very soothing.
Yeah, then we tried to play with your cousin in Colorado. We had terrible internet, right?
Yeah,
Or didn't you like glitch out a lot? I
I
felt
think
like
he glitched out a lot. I think his
Yeah.
computer was just really bad.
yeah, and he just like redid all of the mods that we had because he just knew what he was doing, and we're like, just
Yeah,
take it.
he's really smart.
Just do whatever you want.
My little brother, Adam, is getting really into Minecraft. Well, just video games in general. Anytime I see him, like, I'll see him for like 2 months. The first time he sees me, it's not, oh, hi, Brett. It's, Brett, can you play Minecraft? or like, do you know how to do this in Minecraft? He was like trying to tell me, like, he's like, can you get mods on the phone, on the Minecraft phone? I'm like, no, I can only do that on the computer. It's like,
Maybe on an Android.
why not?
I feel like there'd be a way.
But I think I'm gonna train him in the ways of video game binging. I might train him to be a professional esports player.
Oh boy.
Should I teach him League of Legends or CS:GO?
Smite.
Send him to infiltrate Maryville's team for us.
Calling
It
shots.
might take a while.
You should do.
He's 5.
We gotta think long-term plans here.
I think he's 5.
This is step 1 to taking over the world.
Well, the Maryville
starts with League of
esports
Legends?
team.
First,
That
we take
can-
over a college to prove that we have the ability to take over something. Then we take over the country. No, state, country, continent, world. Well, that way you have steps to fall back if your next plan up doesn't work the same way.
If we were to take over the world, we could do this stream at whatever building we wanted. So I think, Brett, you should definitely get him into League of Legends.
Would benefit us,
What
yes.
would be the best building to have it in?
The stream?
Yeah. Any building in the world.
What up?
UMSL would have been a possibility.
Would have.
If I wouldn't have thought that
Right.
we were going to America.
I mean, me and Michael's school would have been a possibility too if we knew, like, a month in advance.
I would say my basement, but we have a baby, so no one. We had to be like really quiet. And then my parents sleep down there. We couldn't have done my basement.
So you and Brett probably stream down there all the time. You have to be really quiet.
Oh, gotcha.
That took longer to register with Jake than I was hoping it
Yeah,
would.
we just use our rooms because
Yeah.
my room is right next to.
They stream at the library.
Yeah.
Has
The
anyone
quiet
tried
room.
Destiny 2 for PC?
I have some friends that tried that, and they swear by it by their lives. Like they never come out to do anything else but that.
I mean, I play it on console mostly
what?
because I have
Destiny
gotten
2.
digital version of Destiny 2. I like it a lot. I mean, I've heard a lot of people also complaining about the way they've changed things up, which I understand because like it's a lot harder to replay old missions because you have to go to like a person and it changes which missions you can replay each week, and you can go like you have to go to each planet before you can choose which mission you want to replay. But it's I have a lot of fun with it still. Hopefully, I've also heard that the next the DLC in December is going to be about Osiris, which if you know anything about Destiny, he's a character that was a very influential character in Destiny and like was in the tower and stuff, and then he starts to dabble in some of the arts that they don't find as in line with the light, and so he gets banished from the tower. And he was at that time he was like very close to the speaker, who's a very important person in the game. And this is also summarizing from a video that I watched about someone else who's spent a lot of time researching this stuff. And like he's not really heard from. He's like the Trials of Osiris is based on Osiris, obviously.
Right, the Egyptian god.
Yeah, and like it's interesting to see what they're gonna bring in because he did a lot of research with the Vex, which is one of the robot creatures that if you know like with Atheon, like that's one of the raid bosses, and like if you go into his vault, the whole thing like marked for negation, which is what kills you and your team. If that happens, basically that means you're being negated, like you're being erased from the timeline in a way is what's going on, and it's basically saying like you never even existed.
Whoa.
That's what you goes on, but obviously not what actually happens. The theory behind it versus the gameplay.
I gotcha. Well, speaking of Egypt, I'm really pumped for Assassin's Creed Origins that just released. I was kind of disappointed with the last two, just because they were pretty much rushed out by Ubisoft and they weren't really completed by the time of the release. Syndicate was a little bit better than Unity, but I was still really looking forward to this one just because they spent like 2 years on it, refined the story and things like that. It's got like a 9 out of 10 on IGN, which is pretty nice. I think like maybe AC3 was the last game, or possibly Black Flag, that was like up there. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. I'll have to get my hands on it sometime.
Yeah, I like Assassin's Creed. I just hate how it keeps on pulling you out of like the assassin part.
Just to
You're like,
deal
just
with
stop.
Desmond.
I don't care about the backstory. I just want to play.
I gotcha. Yeah, that's why so many people didn't like the movie then,
Yeah.
because that's literally the movie. All he did was like they'd play just like maybe a 10-minute, 15-minute scene with the assassin in the past, and then just cut back to Michael Fassbender just hanging out at Abstergo. That's why everyone thought it was boring.
Yeah, because I just got Assassin's Creed 3 because like I really like Native Americans. So I was like, I get to play this one, but then now it's making me like pilot like ships, like pirate ships and stuff. I'm like, no, I don't want to play this.
I tried to play Assassin's Creed. I had the Ezio collection.
Oh,
The first race, like after you beat up people and you meet up with your brother and you're trying to get back home, the first race where you run around on the rooftops, I could never get past.
I gotcha. That's the
Which
prologue
is one
before
of,
the
like,
title screen, I think.
easiest things that you can do. I could never get past that.
I gotcha. Yeah, some of those older controls could be a little finicky. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. My favorite games out of the Assassin's Creed series has got to be Brotherhood. AC2 is really nice, and it expanded on a bunch of things, but Brotherhood just kind of refined all that gameplay to where you just have you have the badassery of comboing pretty much like anybody and doing kill streaks, rather than AC2 where you just kind of had to fight one at a time. Plus, you had Leonardo da Vinci missions, which basically gave you like a tank and like a dive bomber and things like that in the Renaissance era. So you're fighting everyone else that doesn't have a tank and stuff like that because it's not historically accurate, and it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I've played 2, Black Flag, and 3. So far, I like 3 the best. Because, like, something about the beginning, when you're just a little, like, Native American, like, teenager with a stone axe. And, like, it's just...
He's like, something feels off here.
Yeah, it's just so much fun. Because, like, when I played Black Flag, I would just skip through all the title or the movie parts. Like, the,
Cutscenes?
Yeah, that's the word. Because I was like, I don't really care. But then like I started playing Assassin's Creed 3 and I was like, this is really interesting.
Now you're probably going to go back and watch those cutscenes for Black Flag, considering
Probably
Connor's... Well, he's his grandfather.
I mean,
no,
But-
he's not Native American though.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't
I like
care
the
about
That's the
pirates.
dividing
Destiny
line.
because when it was the beta for Destiny 2, I literally was almost crying after the first mission because you only get the homecoming mission, which is the first mission, and it was mostly because I don't know why per se. It was just I guess I was just emotionally attached to some of the things that happened. I'm assuming that if you've seen anything about Destiny 2, you know about the whole light stuff, light loss.
Yeah.
I've never
I mean, I
seen
haven't really played Destiny
The
very much.
traveler gets encased and you kind of-
Carbonite.
Well, no, but
Nah,
you
just-
lose your
just
light
waiting
at
for that.
in the very first mission, and your ghost gets kicked off the thing, and it's just like the ghost is your companion from Destiny 1. He's been there at your side. He's has all these funny quips, and he's just like your other person that you're always with, and it's just like suddenly he's gone, he's dead, and he gets then thrown off of the ship, and your character is reaching for him in a silent cry because Destiny 2 your character is silent. I don't know why. Just is.
Just for dramatic effect.
I mean, it would be much more dramatic if they had a voice. If they could scream no when their ghost is falling away from them 1,500 feet. But yeah, that one for whatever reason just almost had me crying, and I replayed the last story mission, and even though I probably could skip through all the cutscenes, I didn't because it was just fun, and it was fun killing people in the game.
Yeah, you want to say that again on camera?
In the game. In the
yeah,
game.
right.
Yeah, my friend, he's doing a Destiny 3 Let's Play on YouTube. What? Or Destiny 2.
Okay.
Already playing Destiny 3. Yeah, it's barely even finished.
Ahead of the curve.
I mean, it's been 3 years since they they first released Destiny 1, and then 3 years later they released Destiny 2.
But his internet at his house is so bad that whenever he was first downloading it, he spent 3 complete nights, 7 hours each night, trying to download it. He got less than 5% done. Came up to my house, And then while he was downloading, we just watched an episode of How I Met Your Mother, and then he just left because it was already downloaded. So
Wow.
that's how bad his
Decent internet.
is. Yeah, and his internet's like 0.5 downloads. So it's not.
Yeesh.
Yeah. It's like 13 gigabyte game.
Yeah, that'd take a while.
Yeah.
All I know is that with the raid mechanic in Destiny 2, I'm not planning on playing it unless they do it where you don't have restricted amount of respawns. Because like you only each person of the 6-man team gets a respawn token in like the areas where it's like restricted respawn, and if everyone uses their token, it's like you can only revive one person. It's not like the team has 6 revives total. You can only revive one person. So, at least that's from what I've understood. I've never played it. I've only seen people play, and even then, I don't really pay attention to who's doing what revives. But I'm not good. I will die just because I fall off of the platforming. Which I think, if I'm remembering, you don't really have a lot of platforming on in like the areas where you have restricted respawn, except for during the gauntlet, which is like the second stage part of the raid.
All right, so we've hit marching band. We hit video games.
Anyone else have any other
Anything
video
else we
games
wanna
they're
talk
looking
about
at-
for a while?
that- Anyone else has any other video games they're looking forward to?
Or
Well,
that.
Super Mario Odyssey for one.
Star Wars Episode 8.
Ooh. Just the movie.
It's the one thing I'm looking
4K
forward to all year.
Minecraft.
Can
I
you-
really
can you
don't
speak
like-
louder?
4K Minecraft. I'm really looking forward to
First of all, I think you can play Minecraft in 4K already.
it. Well, yeah, but when you do all this shit, it's including shaders. And shaders are a pain in the butt. And Microsoft is releasing, I'm guessing, a well-optimized shaders mod with
Is it what
4K
version of the game is it
textures.
modding? Is
whatever.
it modding the Windows 10 version, or is it
Windows
modding
10
the
version.
actual version? Yeah, that's what I thought. If you go to Minecraft.net, it says download for PC/Mac now, and that pisses me off because I've been playing Minecraft on Linux for years.
Oh,
I didn't
they're
buy
not-
Minecraft.
They're not doing it for Linux anymore.
They are doing it for Linux, but it just says PC/Mac.
Oh,
It's
I'm
like,
sorry.
it works on Linux. Why don't you write that up there so people know that it works on Linux? Because it's the Java edition, which is their plan to
Yeah.
eventually make it not work on Linux, or maybe Mac. When Microsoft bought Mojang and everyone was like, oh, it's fine, they're not doing anything. It's like, just wait a year and they'll start screwing stuff up.
I mean, they've done some stuff. They've done some stuff right, some stuff wrong. Some good stuff that's come out of it is just the well-optimized Windows 10 edition, which they're now just calling. I think they're just calling it Minecraft. And then the other versions are just Minecraft Windows or something.
Java edition is what they're
Java
calling the
edition.
Java
That's
one.
it. Okay. But it's really well optimized, and I think if you had bought the game before a certain date, then you can get the Windows 10 edition for free.
That's still how it works.
It's still-
I saw it just like last week, yeah.
Yeah, because I have it. I like it. One thing I don't like is I just checked and it's like $4 to $6 for a texture pack. Just for a texture pack.
How much were those with Java edition? I think they were free.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you just
oh, that's
download
weird.
them online.
Also, they don't do it so, oh, you pay $5 for a said texture pack. No, you have to buy mine coins, which come in 3 different packs,
Hmm.
and they're off center, so that like you have to pay for $7 worth of
Yeah.
mine coins or something, but things only cost like $4.6 worth of mine coins.
How much were skins?
I didn't check.
Yeah, because you had like also buy the skins too.
Skins come in a pack. So
Yeah.
so you can't just buy like one skin. So you get a bunch of skins for like $4.
Skins were free. before.
I know.
You can make your own.
I would
Dang.
like it would make sense if they were like high quality. Like if they
No,
were,
it still wouldn't really make sense.
Oh yeah, it still wouldn't, but it would be a little more worth it if they were like a higher definition
Yeah.
of skins. But no, they're still just as pixelated. One thing that's good are the professional maps that have been coming out, which I can understand if you have to pay for them.
People used to make maps for free and put them online.
Yeah, but not as fast or often. Like,
But they were free.
yeah, they were free. But some of these are like done by teams that
They've also
Like,
now
You
realized,
could have done that before.
They've also now realized that people like these maps, so therefore they can make money off of them. So therefore that's why they have to do that.
That's not why they have to do that. That's why they want to do that.
No, they have to do that in their own minds. That's why they have to do it.
so not by have to, but want to. Their minds want to.
And their bosses
But-
are saying they have to.
The professional maps, they look pretty good. Are they worth? I think it's like $6 for the pack, the texture pack, the pack of skins, and the map itself. I don't know how much they cost individually, but I like that. I like how they added a good crossover system, cross-platform system.
Hang on. They added a good cross-platform system.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
they did.
When I started playing Minecraft in like 2010, it was you could play on Windows, Mac, Linux with whatever mods you wanted, cross-platform. So where did it
Okay.
downgrade from that?
It upgraded so you could play on your iPhone or iPad or
And
Or
Xbox.
Android phones, actually,
yeah,
as
and
well.
Xboxes.
One of
And
my friends was playing it on his Android phone.
yeah,
How
you
much
play-
does it cost to play it on your Android phone?
I
after
have
you've
no
already
idea that.
bought
I'd
it?
have to
It's
ask
like-
him that.
I think it's $5 or $6.
And it's not included with the Java edition.
No, so you have to buy it for your phone. You pay like $6. But my
Would you
little
want to do
brothers-
like industrial craft on a phone? Or like
No.
Galactic Craft on a phone? That's like way too much to do with touchscreen controls.
No, but like for my little brothers,
You could already get Pocket Edition. It was all I needed for a mobile Minecraft thing.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about, the Pocket Edition.
Right, you can play cross-platform with your PC with no mods.
Right.
So if you call that an improvement over being able to play cross-platform with mods, then okay.
For their market, right now their market is kids,
Yeah.
not 20-year-olds.
Not people who think logically.
Right. So, for my little brothers who each have an iPad and they share an iTunes account, and
Which is
I
all
had
proprietary.
already bought the Pocket Edition, so they were able to get on both their iPads, and I taught them how to play together on their own little LAN server, and then I've taught them how to join me while I'm playing on my computer, and now they're playing on their iPads, and
So really,
they
you're running
love
Pocket
it.
Edition on your computer.
They updated it so, how does it work? If I'm hosting the server from my computer, it can be, there's no limit to the map size, and it's like fully updated.
We
Pretty
have
much.
received a donation, $75 from, quote, Jacob's cousin Gavin, and he said, "Best of luck through the rest of your stream, guys." Thank you,
Gavin.
thanks a bunch. Yeah, we're gonna stop the podcast here in just a few minutes after we finish arguing about Minecraft. This has been a pretty slow. I think Gavin texted me earlier and said he was doing a stream later. I don't know what it's for, but yeah, shout out to him for that. Thank you once again. Awesome.
First one cavalier enough to put his name.
Right,
I
yeah,
was gonna say.
congratulations on being the first one.
Yeah.
It's like, it's
You
not
also
something
get
to
the
be
medal.
ashamed of, donating to charity.
That's true.
Cool. All right. Where were we?
We were arguing about
You got me.
Minecraft
totally lost
and
you.
how you think Microsoft has completely ruined it.
I mean, yeah. Have you tried?
I would agree.
When's the last time you tried to build a mod pack? Because like it is way worse than
never
what it
built a
used
mod
to be. Yeah.
And that's something that I would yeah, I
And
would
like
like
This
to
tech,
see
both Technic and
change.
Feed the Beast
Yeah, sure.
are like releasing one pack a year now, which they used to have a bunch of different ones for different purposes. Like Technic is basically shut down. Feed the Beast is still like releasing some
Like,
with
I love the
YouTubers,
bassist
but
getting it.
Like,
you
why
used
is
to
it
get a
harder
new
now?
pack. But because Microsoft said they were going to include an official modding API, and so then people stopped updating Forge, which was the unofficial mod API, and then Microsoft ended up implementing the new mod API in. Did they implement a mod API in the C++ version? They said they were going to at some point. That's the Windows edition.
I don't think there's mods yet.
Um,
I mean, but there are professional
You know what's really funny?
servers. Like the Hive has
each one of them
servers
stops talking, there's
for
literally crickets in the
Pocket Edition people to join.
background. Literally.
and what do you mean by professional?
Uh,
Do you have to pay to join
I don't
them?
know. You getting any of this?
to join them, I don't think so. I haven't
Hmm.
tried joining, but
I mean, we
I'm
got
totally
those
lost
on
here.
Java Edition too. You guys are playing on the Hive today.
right.
So what's
But now,
better?
the Pocket Edition people can join that. as
Yeah,
well.
but not with the people playing on Mac or Linux. You cut out Mac and Linux and
Yeah.
said Android and iPhone are more important than Mac and Linux.
They're definitely focusing more on the Pocket Edition and stuff because that's where the money's at.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they should still continue to pay attention to the desktop Java versions.
I mean, even Mac and Linux both support C++ code. So there's no reason they couldn't. It would be a lot harder because Java, you barely have to change anything to run it between platforms. C++, there is some stuff that is different, but they could port Windows 10 Edition to Mac and Linux fairly easily. So,
But Microsoft.
yeah. Well, if Displaced Season 3 ends up taking like 20 years, Season 4 might be made it in Mind Test instead.
Ew.
You remember Mind Test?
Gross.
Me and Brett and Adam played that
Gross.
once or twice.
And I tried to edit videos for it.
You did good with the ones that you did edit, and then you stopped sending them.
Then
What was Mind Test?
It's a free Libre open source, basically like clone of Minecraft, but it's written in C++, and it was around
think I remember
before
that.
Windows 10 edition. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it performs better, and basically like you start off with like one block, and then everything is mods.
but I had no idea how the mods worked because there was very little on the internet about.
Yeah, not a
how
lot
to
of
do
documentation. Yeah.
stuff. So it was a pain.
Well, it is currently 4:49. We're gonna go ahead and end the podcast / lunch.
Good lunch.
And in
I
10
know, right?
minutes or so, we'll be back. We'll play the video, and then there will be a black screen for a couple minutes because that happens every time we play the video. What is next on our schedule? Does anyone know?
It's on my computer in there. My computer's
Pull it up
also
real
probably
quick.
going to sleep.
All right.
For sure.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. If you are watching our Extra Life stream, stick around because we'll still be streaming. But if you're listening on iTunes, yeah, check out extralife.nots.co to see how much we raised during the stream.
Rocket League.
Yep.
Rocket League, thank you. All right.
Hey.
Oh, you're going down, guys. I'm sorry.
Is that so?
Me and you?
What, as a team?
Yeah, aren't we?
Could be,
I
no?
thought that was.
There-
I
there
didn't know
are
this
It's
I didn't know
2v2
this was
and
teams.
then one. It's all on the schedule. All right, we'll be back in like 9 minutes.
Depends how many people.